In the early 19th century, information could only move as fast as a ship could sail across the ocean. A message sent from London to New York took at least 10 days to arrive and another 10 days to get a reply. News, money, and government orders were completely stuck because of distance. That changed when an American businessman named Cyrus Field decided to try something many thought was impossible: laying a 2,000-mile telegraph wire across the dark ocean floor between North America and Europe. He risked his entire fortune to pay for the project. This huge job relied on a recent discovery: Gutta-Percha, a natural tree liquid taken from rainforest trees in Asia. This special material could be softened in hot water to cover copper wire, but became tough and completely waterproof in cold seawater. Without this single natural material, making an ocean cable was impossible. To carry thousands of miles of heavy wire, Field needed help from the US and British navies, which provided two big warships, the USS Niagara and HMS Agamemnon. Instead of starting from the coast, the two ships sailed out to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in 1858. The plan was to join the ends of their cables together at sea and then sail in opposite directions, one heading west toward Canada and the other east toward Ireland. Before they even left port, a big mistake nearly ruined everything. Two separate factories made the wire, but neither talked to the other. When the ships met at sea, workers realized one cable was twisted clockwise, while the other was twisted the opposite way. Joining them caused the wire to unwrap under pressure, forcing workers to build a wooden holder right on the deck to keep it together. During the trip, one of the ships got caught in a massive storm and almost flipped over, and at one point a giant whale swam right next to the ship, almost getting caught in the wire. Despite the problems, the connection was finished in August 1858. For the first time in history, news crossed the ocean in minutes instead of weeks. Queen Victoria sent a 98-word message to President James Buchanan. However, sending those 98 words took over 16 hours because the electrical signals grew very weak as they traveled through miles of cold seawater. Wanting to speed up the slow signal, the chief electrician made a terrible mistake. He blasted the thin cable with over 2,000 volts of electricity. The high power burned through the protective layer and destroyed the cable completely. After only 3 weeks, the line went dead, leaving investors broke and people believing that ocean cables would never work. Even though the cable failed, the public was so fascinated by the story that a famous jeweler named Charles Tiffany bought miles of the leftover unused wire. He cut it into small 4-inch pieces, turned them into paperweights and souvenirs, and sold thousands of them to eager customers. It took Field nearly 8 years to raise new money. To carry a much heavier cable in one trip, he hired the SS Great Eastern, the largest ship in the world at the time. During these years, keeping ocean lines working was a constant fight. Cables broke often, got dragged by ship anchors, or failed underwater. Every time a cable broke, financial markets panicked because traders lost their live connection to prices overseas. Sending a message across the new working cables was extremely expensive, costing $1 per letter paid in gold. Because a regular worker at the time made around $20 a month, a single short message cost more than an entire month's pay. To save money, businesses created shorthand codes where single code words stood for whole sentences. This push to use fewer letters became the starting point for modern text shortcuts and data compression. In 1866, something amazing happened. A year earlier, a cable had snapped and sunk 2.5 miles down to the ocean floor. The crew went back out, dropped a big hook over 2 miles down into the mud, dragged it across the ocean floor 30 times, caught the lost cable, pulled it back up, and connected it to complete a second working line across the ocean. Cyrus Field's work permanently connected the world. Today, we often think our internet goes through satellites in space. In reality, over 95% of all international internet data travels through glass cables resting on the ocean floor. Ships today still lay these internet cables along the exact same underwater paths mapped out in the 1800s. Currently, there are around 600 active subsea cables stretching over 900,000 miles around the world. Enough wire to circle the Earth nearly 37 times. These cables are the invisible backbone of the modern economy. Every single day, they carry tens of trillions of dollars in global financial trades, power cloud computing, and transmit millions of emails, videos, and messages across oceans in milliseconds. If these cables were to suddenly break, global stock markets, banking systems, and international communication would grind to a halt instantly.